Have you got a tool that helps a group think about giving feedback?
Funny you should ask. I do. Last week, I did a workshop with a group of people who wanted to talk about communication, how they could improve communication, and especially about feedback. And we sometimes use a tool called a feedback staircase. I could just quickly share my screen so that you could see what it looks like. So it's a staircase with a model with 5 steps that would be common when you receive feedback. So you would maybe deny that something happened. You would start to defend, or you would explain what happened. There's a urge to explain, and maybe it's when you start to get at the top of this where you're actually able to do something with the feedback that's given. So you're in a place where you could understand or even change your behavior. So that is the model.
So I guess those two top steps, the understand and change, are where there's a space for feedback. I love the use of Norwegian there in that slide. So tell me how I can see the model. How can a group use this in practice?
So what I did last week with the group was, of course, present the model, have them reflect upon it, see if they could recognize some of the steps. Have you been in a situation where you got feedback and you started to just defend or explain? Yes, of course, people have. And then we talk a little bit about tools on how do you deliver feedback. What's a good way to do that? Because also, if you deliver the feedback, you need to know that people are in a state where they could take it in. And also we have then groups talk about what could we do with this? How could we start using this in our place? Those one group I was working in, an outside company once, they created something like a feedback lottery. They realized they were not good at giving feedback, so they needed to get started. And to do that, often in the beginning, they said, we need to kind of force it a little bit. So every Friday, they put names in a box, names of colleagues. You picked up the name, and you know that next week I need to observe and find feedback to give to this person. I don't know if that will work everywhere, but they went through with it and they kind of started that journey of a culture of feedback.